Coming up next is Terry Payne with some public information you might find interesting.
Our friends at Parks and Recreation are always thinking about health and wellness and ways to get outside and enjoy our beautiful community here in Hot Springs. With me today is Parks and Recreation Director Jean Wallace to tell you about an exciting new initiative that has recently begun. Jean, what is first of all the name of this new initiative?
Well, this initiative is called Growing Healthy Communities, and it's an initiative of the Arkansas Coalition for Obesity Prevention, or ARCOP, which is a lot easier to say.
Yes, ARCOP. But growing healthy communities is something we can all understand. There are a number of people involved in this initiative, right, and various groups.
Correct. Hot Springs became a growing healthy community back in March of this year, and several of us attended an immersion training that was sponsored by ARCOP, and some of the core group that went to the immersion training were the City of Hot Springs, the National Park Service, the Hot Springs Family YMCA, the Hot Springs Garland County Beautification Commission, the Garland County Health Department, and the Hot Springs Metropolitan Planning Organization. So those of us that attended got some real good information and training on how to break out into 4 different committees. As it was. We have the Walkability Committee, of which I'm a member of that because of trails and leading to parks and different things. We have the Community Garden Committee, which has increased to community gardens in Hot Springs. And then we have a Worksite Wellness, and then we also have a Nutrition Education Committee.
So there are volunteers already placed on each of these 4 committees.
Correct. Yes, and the committees are meeting monthly, and they are developing plans to help implement programs for a healthier Hot Springs. The mission of the Growing Healthy Communities is twofold. One is to increase access to physical activity, and the second is to increase access to healthy nutrition, all to reduce or prevent obesity.
Another reason why we're at this location with the Farmers Market Pavilion in the background.
Yes, we are. And we're on the Hot Springs Creek Greenway Trail, which is a very good connector trail that eventually will connect downtown Hot Springs to Lake Hamilton with spur trails to it. So once you get to it, you can get just about anywhere in Hot Springs without a vehicle, good exercise and increase in health. And then also the Farmers Market behind us is a prime example of healthy nutrition.
Yes, and of course, if you're new to town, you do need to check out the Greenway and the way it connects to neighborhoods.
Correct, and we're connecting more and more each month. We're about to open a new section almost to Golf Links Road.
That is so exciting. Now, attending these sessions qualified our local organization for some funding, is that correct?
Yes, some seed money, a little pun there. The Walkability Committee received some funds to do some training. We've had 2 workshops so far for the community, and we advertise in our Parks and Recreation newsletter, and we also send out press releases through your office in the newspaper as well as on Facebook to let people know when we're going to be conducting these trainings. The trainings are free. We talk about complete streets, which are streets that everybody can be safe on, not just cars, so it's pedestrian and bicycle friendly. And we talk about low impact development, which is more soft engineering versus hard engineering, and it protects and preserves a lot of the natural landscape, and it's a really good place to build trails and sidewalks on that. We've talked about codes and ordinances, local impediments to walkability, just because our codes and ordinances are maybe 30 or 40 years old, and it's time to kind of either look at them or recommend supplements that says, well, this is how you can do it instead of the 30 or 40-year-old way. And then advocacy. What can citizens in the community do to further the awareness of healthy activities in Hot Springs?
And this is all exciting for families and individuals who live here because of the quality of life and who perhaps would like to contribute to make it even better.
Correct. And if you want more information about the statewide initiative, Growing Healthy Communities, you can go to the arkansasobesity.org website, or locally, if you would like to get involved in any of the committees I've mentioned, you can call the Parks and Recreation office at 501-321-6871, or go to the city's website and get on the Parks and Recreation page.
Yes, and as Jean mentioned, the Parks and Recreation newsletter is a great way to stay informed about this initiative and how it's growing. Each of the committees are getting new volunteers all the time.
Yes.
So those of you who are interested in listening to this segment, feel free to join in and, express your opinions, get involved. There are already activities taking place, like last weekend at the Hot Water Hills Festival.
Yes. Last weekend, the
downtown
Nutrition Education group had a booth, and they worked with the children, and they made vegetable heads from some of the vegetables, squash and miniature pumpkins from the farmers market, and the children decorated them up. And next time they're hoping to do some more nutrition education, which is how to prepare healthy foods.
That's where our farmers market is such a great partner too, because they're very keenly interested in the education component and getting more people to incorporate healthy eating into their healthy living lifestyle.
Correct.
Jean, thank you so much for explaining about this new program. Contact Jean's office, Parks and Recreation, if you'd like to get involved. And once again, the number is
321-6871.
Thanks for joining us today, Jean. And next week we'll bring you more city news.